In this video, we're going to take a look at refining weights and joints. When we look at the crow here, we can see that the head joint isn't exactly placed where it should be. It's a little off. It should be moved more into the center of the geometry and aligned with its top joint. Now, the crow is already bound to its geometry. So when I move the bone here, we can see that the geometry follows along with it. If I were to select this joint and try to reposition it and move it, the geometry, of course, is going to go along. We don't want this. Now, instead of removing the skin bind and fixing the joint and then rebinding, what we can do is choose Skin, Moved Skin Joints tool. This will take the geometry and template it and allow us to move the joint within the geometry. I'm going to double-click the tool and then reset it. And let's switch to a side view. And we'll zoom up to the joint and just translate this over. Now, when we move the joint, the children will not move along with it. So we do have to select those separately and then align those back to its parent. We can use our snapping tools to make sure that it aligns perfectly. We can also select multiple joints at once and move them at the same time. We'll just position that right there, and that will now keep the joint rotating within the head more effectively. We'll close this up, and let's zoom out. And now I'm still in the Moved Joints tool, so I just want to choose Select, and that will back me out of the tool and return the geometry back to its normal state. And I'll just hit W. And we can see we can move the geometry and the joint as we did before, but now the joint is in its new location. Another useful tool that we have is the Weight Hammer tool. I'm going to select a joint, and we'll rotate this just in the Y, just to bring that wing up a bit. And we'll take a look at the weighting on the tail here, where the tail meets the wing. What I'd like to have here is a bit more of a transition within that geometry there. You can see right now when I move it, none of the vertices are being affected by the wing's motion. So to have this taper off a bit better, we'll go to Vertex, and we'll select the vertices that we want to be affected, and then go to Skin, and choose Hammer Skin Weights. What this tool will do is take an average of the vertices that surround it and apply that to your current selection. So when I choose Hammer Skin Weights, we'll see that those vertices are then averaged using the values from these vertices here and of the vertices of the tail. Now we'll select the wing, and when I rotate that, we can see that those vertices now follow along with it and are averaged between the wing and the tail. Another set of useful tools is copy and paste our vertex weights. So let's say I want to alter this, and we'll do the reverse here, where I want to take the weighting of this vertex here and copy it and paste it to this vertex. I'll go to Skin, Copy Vertex Weights, select the vertex I want to paste to, and then go back to Skin and choose Paste Vertex Weight. Now that copied weight is still in memory. I can select another vertex and then just repeat my last command. For this, we'll use our Recent Commands marking menu and just choose the Paste command, and then that will apply it. Weight Hammer and copying and pasting weights is highly effective for cleaning up your weights. This allows you to avoid having to paint or use the component editor to clean up any bad weighting.